for knowing the names of the colors, because that's extra points.
She's
right
cool.
there.
Yeah, she's a keeper. This one.
Very good.
Sure.
Oh, I can turn a wrench. That's That's why he's married to me.
Okay.
But what I want to do is I want to help him out a little bit.
Okay.
How hard is it to change the heater core in a 93 Corvette?
Just insert any Corvette.
Just put Johnny Wrench on. He'll do it.
I've done a couple of those.
No, Johnny.
I've done a few of them. It's involved. Let's say it's not one of those. It's not an easy thing that you want to do on a Saturday afternoon, because it's going to take you till Sunday night to get that thing done.
By the way, it's not leaking that bad.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it is. You don't drive it. I do.
There you go.
You ever notice that she keeps a snorkel on the dashboard? and flippers. Yeah,
flippers.
It's not that good. Yeah,
Water wings. Yeah, they gotta work into the labor rate, the getting down and getting back up time.
Right.
Because you can kneel down fast, but getting back up, it takes a few extra seconds.
You got to set up the crane and stuff. Yeah.
What crane?
Yeah.
You don't need a crane.
For my fat little, you know what?
Yeah. I want
to stick under there.
I want to come around with a line of either pants or knee pads for car guys that have springs in them, so you can just boink, pop you back up.
Inflatable like that
Stop.
Jackie saw.
People are wearing gloves under the cars. Get your hands dirty, for God's sake.
Well, we do that too. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's the bleeding on, especially in interiors.
It was
people don't like that.
about a week ago. I was sitting home having dinner. My wife, my daughter, myself, and my daughter's like, "Oh, Dad," she goes, "I'm just going to wash your hands." I'm like, "I did." It was like 4 times. I was like, "This will take a few days to come off." I'm like, "I got to lose some skin, And my wife says, she's like, "You haven't been around your father long enough. You don't understand. Like that's normal,
Listen, my dad used to have to bleach his fingernails.
Yeah.
To get the grease out from underneath them.
They want to put it in when they cut.
I'm sorry. I go under the car. I don't use gloves. I'm old school. Sorry.
All right. Very good.
She's tough.
Well,
I like
thank you for your assistance. So, Doug, just know that Corvette's safe. I'm not going out there to work on it.
Nice.
Okay.
And so is the Tahoe turquoise.
Go take it for a ride. Don't worry about the heater car.
All right, Laurel.
Yeah, all right.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
All right,
Have a great day.
Thanks a lot.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Take care. That was one of the best. They're still talking about that, Joe.
Yeah. There's you can't mention the word heater core or Corvette in the UD right about now, because it's just one thing is that we can't get the damn thing in there to work on it because we're kind of packed up,
right?
And all that kind of stuff, and that's the thing about you're always buying parts, you're always acquiring parts, and you got to find some place to keep it. And on Vic. Our good friend Vic.
There he is in the back. I see him by the buffet.
Yeah, he's still over there. He's looking for the beer can opener there. On his never-ending quest to buy more parts of his old car projects, Vic related his story about his recent trip to Carlisle.
Let's see.
Hey, guys, what's happening?
Hey, Vic, how are you?
What's up, man?
Yeah, same old.
Yeah.
Funny that you started with Nomads. Because Thursday I went to Carlisle and picked up my quarters, my Nomad quarters.
How did that work out for you?
Oh, I left at 3 o'clock in the morning, got there at 7.
Okay.
Walked the entire Carlisle in 4 hours. 11 o'clock back in the van and 3 o'clock home, 3:15 in bed.
Yeah, no fooling. But you got the parts that you went for.
Yeah, but they were literally... I was at the front gate, and I couldn't find anybody to carry them with me.
Oh, no.
So I knew if I stopped walking, I wouldn't start again.
Well, I guess you couldn't leave them and then drive around and pick them up like that?
No. And I could have sold them probably 2 or 3 times.
I'm sure, yeah.
Yeah, because people don't want to walk, let's face it.
Right.
Yeah, I think I found a tailgate for it, but it's in Washington State.
Oh, geez. You find all the stuff that's the furthest away.
The thing is, it's got to be like $200-300 or it's not worth it.
Right.
By the time it gets shipped and all, and he's got to crate it or else I'm going to have scrap metal when it gets
here. Of course, yeah. That's very true, yeah.
Yeah, you never know when you're buying something online or whatever. You better hope that between A, the guy is honest, and B, he knows how to ship.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, well, he showed me. He's buying at Junkyard. Around the corner, I'd drive.
Yeah,
6-8 hours, I'd drive, but 5-6 days, nah, I can't do it.
No, it's not worth it.
Someday we're going to have to get like a farm or a giant field someplace and build like a giant warehouse so everybody can keep their stuff. I know, like, I'm getting to the point where I can't go out. I would have to go up.
Right.
And unfortunately, like, the FAA won't let me build it that high because airplanes.
About 35 years ago, me and a couple of my friends were going to get land out east and do that. Turn it into a big storage yard where you'd store your car for like about $20 a month and this and that. But the regulations and the insurance and this and that just killed us. It would have been like $120 a month for each car.
Sure.
They don't want us having cars sometimes, I think. They really don't. They rather...
they want us to have, like, electric cars that run into people.
Right.
Or bicycles or animal drag
skateboards. You can't even use a skateboard because helmets and this and that and blah, blah, blah.
You know, they'd have to have some kind of anti-gravity self-inflating pants or something.
Your sensors.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was some tirade from Vic. I tell you, Vic has become...
And get off his lawn.
And Vic has become one of our normal, stable callers because when we heard what came in December with this next caller, we both scratched our heads.
Yeah.
I don't know. You guys see...
what?
You guys see if you can figure this out. You let us know. Hello, you're on the Motor Mouths.
Listen, this is Stan from West Valley. But I'd like to know if you want to call this guy. It might be very good for you for your show when you got nobody coming in. His number is 935-1604. His name is Joe Aragona. They call him Broadway Joe. He builds nothing but Volkswagens and Porsche's engines. He's about 80 years old. So you might get a little hard time getting to him. But if you're sorry, you want to know, like Speed Shop and Merkel and Vita, G-Top, I chose one. He's got it all, man. So in case you want to call him, that's one of his numbers. You want the other number? I'll give you the other number, too, if you want it.
Well, that'll be good for now, Stan. Thanks, because we're actually live on the air. So,
So, like,
yeah.
Hope he doesn't mind his number being out there.
Yeah.
But thanks for the tip.
Yeah.
You know, we're always looking for people, especially local people, so hey.
Yeah, because he's right here in Bethpage. He used to be on Broadway in Massapequa. Okay. And that's why they call him Broadway Joe. But he's does nothing but Volkswagen and Porsche engines for Volkswagen.
Very good. Thanks, Stan. We'll follow up on that. Thank you.
Great tip. Much appreciated.
You're welcome. Have a nice day. Bye.
All right, so long.
Bye. See, look at that. People are dropping a dime on all the listeners. That's pretty good.
You never know what's going to happen here.
Yeah. The miracle of live radio, folks.
Absolutely.
You never know who's going to be on the other side.
Absolutely. You never do know.
Yeah, we should start wearing, like, crash helmets or something. You know?
I think so.
Either that or bodyguards. I'm not sure what.
Yeah.
Well, you know, on the other side of more, I won't say normal, but remember the time that show favorite and controversial TV star Mark Warman got the big intro from Ray? Could Carnival Life be next for you?
You know, I channeled our old host and compadre Chris Switzer on this one. Let's see how I did. We have on the phone the Duke of Dodge, the Prince of Plymouth, Gals and Ghouls. Fasten your safety belts because I've got to play the intro music. Here it goes. Here he comes. I hear him revving it up. I love it. Mr. Mark Warman. Mark, how are you?
Hey, Mark.
Well, that's quite an intro. Thank you very much. I'm doing good. I love that song.
I take all of my cues from watching you on TV. That's how I learned how. I really do, Mark, because you are a master. Yeah, you know, I was trying to do my best, Joe. I'm not that emotive kind of guy. I'm not the front man on the stage, that's for sure. But
you do a pretty good job there. You kind of channeled the Swizz there for a minute.
I did.
You know?
And then we got Mark down to talk about something that was such a personal topic about what he does in his personal life with phone books. Let's go see what Mark had to say about that, because I really like this story.
Well, the other day, I had a wild hair in this same spirit and started hunting for Eugene Springfield telephone books. And so I bought a 56, a 57, and a 75.
Wow.
And it is so fun to do that. If you haven't done that and you grew up where you're still living, you got to do it. Things that your brain has just put out of its necessity to look up comes rushing back.
So did you look up your old friends' phone numbers that you still remember, probably?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. They were all there. Royal was there. He was living with his grandmother and Grandpa Joe.
Okay.
But, equally, we looked up, like, the car lots and the restaurants and the drive-in theaters. And just, it's such a blast. And, it's also kind of sobering when you come across people that you've lost over the years.
Right.
But you can go back in time and open a page, and when that page came out, they were real, and it was real, and you were friends, and what had happened to them hadn't happened yet. Right. So it's just like a snapshot. For me, I absolutely love it.
Like your old buddy that you got the Ram Charger truck from.
Absolutely. We looked up Butch Peterson. His dad, Albert Peterson, was living down there on North A and had Springfield Flower Shop. And 76 is probably the year that I spotted the Charger sitting beside the house. So, I mean, so many things, when you grow up and are born and raised in the same little town, that you just forget that we're there. So.
Oh, yeah, that was some real heartfelt stuff from Mark, I tell you that.
Yeah, he's got that side to him also,
Yeah.
Hey, is that Mitch Valentine over there?
It is, from Radiance Lighting, yeah.
He's I see him over there trying to LED the bar so you could we're going to make it into a landing strip.
Cool.
Next,
Nice.
So we can aim the drinks when we slide them down there.
Excellent.
And Mitch Valentine, he, like I said, from Radiance Lighting, he schools us in the difference between incandescent and LED lighting, which, I don't know, I would have just used the other ones for the bar, but hey, what the heck.
Whatever.
And then we admit to having a lighting lapse in one of our own vehicles.
Let's see what happened.
You mentioned first that you kind of were inspired doing this because when you had the sand rail, you kept blowing out lights.
Yep.
Could you kind of explain that to folks why that happened and why you were inspired to go with the LEDs?
Okay. Well, basically, an incandescent bulb is a filament. It's just a little wire that heats up, and when it heats up, it
throws off light.
It generates light. It's basically a heated up little element that generates light. Well, it's a super hot little piece of wire. Well, you hit a bump when you vibrate it, it breaks. It breaks the little wire just like any hot wire would do. The hotter it gets, the softer it gets. Well, you get any kind of vibration. That's why a headlight or a taillight will go out if you drove off road or something too much. Whereas a LED is completely solid state. It's actually there is no filament. It's actually an electron reaction where the electrons are jumping electron bands, which is different valence, and every time it jumps up and drops back down to its original level, it emits an energy, and that energy is a light energy.
I was going to say that's a great, and I know Kevin's eyes lit up. He's like, "Wow, I remember that from my ELT classes too."
It's been a long time.
But I was going to say, you talked about how a filament gets hot and soft, and when it gets jarred, anybody who's dropped the drop light in their garage knows what happens.
Exactly.
Even with the metal shell around it, it's like, bang, gone, goodbye.
Yeah, exactly. And I just last night I was driving I got a 63 Caddy, and I took it out because the weather's been good. And
sure, rub it in.
I love that car. So I went to get in the car, and it was dark. I turned the headlights on, and none of them turned on, and there's 4 of them up there. And I said, what's going on? So I went up there and flipped the switch, messed with them, and then I finally started hitting them with my hand, and they started kind of trying to come on, and I was pretty much gave up, shut the hood, and the minute I shut the hood, one of them turned on. I was able to get home with the one that turned on, but it was because I shook the filament enough to where it made a contact and was able to work again. It was
wow.
An LED wouldn't do that.
Right. Well, that was true words from Mitch. That was great stuff. I always wonder why a lighting guy was having lighting troubles. It's like the shoemaker shoes.
Yeah, that's right.
The mechanics cars.
You have the holes, and yeah, that's right. But it goes to show you what happens. That's how you learn, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Now, as funny as that was, we learned something here. These next couple of bits happened a while ago. These we took from a bit of the archive.
From the archives, yes.
Yeah, and it was when you were filling in for me. Mm-hmm. We found out that Joe doesn't only know Queen's Italian, he knows another language.
Yeah.
And he reconnects with an old techie friend, Anthony, who takes him down a familiar. Yes, he takes Joe down a familiar wormhole where repairing German cars tends to drive a technician a bit Strudelhagen nuts. Joe, this is one of my favorites. Anthony couldn't make it, but I know we're beaming via satellite down to God's waiting room for him.
We aimed it down there.
So
You remember that.
Let's hear what he's got to say. And you. And if
Today on Stereotype Day.
And if you look at him, he doesn't look like him. Let's go let's go to the phones. Save ourselves. Go to the fun. How you on the motor rounds?
Yeah, how are you today? I hear you are speaking about German cars. Is my man Hans there?
Yeah, Franz, it's me. Yeah,
we are speaking about something very perverse and evocative. I like it.
Yeah, did you ever get that sunroof? Did you teach that sunroof how to close?
Yeah, well, after I did it for this 29.7 seconds each interval.